Hello class. We will discuss today loop structure, for loop in particular. Some of you wanted to have an extra class, but then I told you to find out a time. You could not be united and decide a common time. So I thought I would put up a video lesson for you, go through it, and then if you have any questions, you can get back to me. I will be very happy to answer all your questions. So what is a loop structure? Basically, a loop structure is, I will just share my screen. I will show you some examples that will help you understand things better. Uh, Basically, uh, if you imagine a kind of a merry-go-round in a fest, in a mela, or in a carnival, what happens? A merry-go-round goes on and on. It goes round, right? So imagine the person who makes it rotate, or if we are rotating the merry-go-round by using electricity, whichever way it is. Okay, imagine the merry-go-round is supposed to go for 10 rounds, 10 times it will rotate. Okay, so loop is also like that. It is an arrangement by which you can make things go 10 times. Pay attention to this, what I'm saying. Now, imagine when you take a round, you are made to put on a horseback in a merry-go-round. On a wooden horseback, you have been seated. Now, I told you, while you take a round in one place, very comfortable place, okay, there will be one orange kept for you. A few distance, after a few distance, there will be an apple kept for you. And if you go further while taking a round, after a few distance again, there will be pineapple kept for you. So first you pick up an orange, then you pick up an apple, and then you pick up a pineapple. Okay, so when you're going for the first round, these three things are kept such a way so that you don't have to get down from the horseback. You just picked up those three items. So you got, after the first round, you got in your hand one orange, one apple, and one pineapple. So similarly, if you go this way 3 rounds, then what will happen? Three times you'll be doing the same thing. First you'll pick up an apple, then you'll pick up an orange, or whichever. First an orange, then apple, and then pineapple, right? So this way, if you keep on doing things, we call it a repetitive action, repetitive job, something which you repeat. That means you pick up an orange, then you pick up an apple, you are repeating, you are picking up an pineapple. Second time, when you go for the second round, when the merry-go-round, your horse goes for the second round, again you do the same three jobs. You pick up these three fruits. So in programming also, if we need to repeat something, if we need to repeat some lines again and again, then we can use a loop structure. Fine. I'll just show you a very simple example and then I will explain you how it works. For example, pay attention to this. I wrote this particular line which I am writing. I will explain you the line. Also, I will provide you with the notes. Okay. This particular line, what I wrote just now, for I in range, this line helps you create a loop, fix the loop. Fine. This is your merry-go-round. Now the rule is, if you write some statements within this loop structure, okay, if you write some statements within this loop structures, those also will be, those basically will be repeating. Now what is happening, look at this loop structure which I set, okay, this is supposed to go for 5 rounds. How and it's going for 5 rounds, I'm just coming to this point later. Imagine it is going for 5 rounds. So inside this loop structure, if I write a very simple statement, a very simple statement in the sense, if I write, for example, if I just write a statement like print, if I just write a print statement, print high, then what will happen, since the loop is going for 5 rounds, okay, high also will be printed 5 times. This is what I mean to say by repetition of jobs. Okay, if we did not use this loop structure method, then to print high 5 times on the screen, you have to write print high, print high, print high 5 times. Now, what is happening here? Because of the fact that I could use a loop structure, I could write the line only once and get the result of it 5 times. That is the advantage of loop structure. Now imagine I told you to write high 100 times on the screen. Definitely you are not going to write print high 100 times. What you're going to do, you're going to set up a loop which will make the things repeat 100 times. And within the loop, as I told you, whatever you put within the loop, that keeps on repeating. Depends on how many times the loop will go. Here the loop is going 6 times. So what will happen? Print high also, sorry, 5 times, and print high also will happen 5 times. Imagine I wanted another print statement to come. I just wrote here, say I wrote Ankush. Okay. So what will happen in this case? If the loop is going 5 times, okay, these statements, print high and print Ankush, both of them will repeat 5 times because both of them are under the loop. You have placed it within the loop. So loop is like a magic box. Whatever you put it inside, that keeps on repeating. Now, how do I know that these two lines are within the loop? Look at this very, very carefully. If I'm saying this is my loop structure or the loop line, then the statements which are under the loop, like print high and print Ankush, both of them are shifted slightly on the right side. Okay, they are not starting from the same line as for. That is what shows that print high and print Ankush, these two lines are the part of loop. They are supposed to repeat. On the other hand, if I write a line, I wrote here print end. Look at this carefully. Print end, here the print doesn't start from the same line as these two print. Okay, it is rather in the same line with for. So therefore, what will happen in this case? This print end will not be the part of the loop. He is outside the loop. So since he is outside the loop, he will not repeat again and again. Okay. What will repeat again and again? Print high will repeat 5 times. Print Ankush will repeat 5 times because they are under the loop. That's why these two statements are slightly shifted on the right than the word from the word for. But print end is starting in the same line as for I range, what I said at the beginning. So this line is not considered to be part of the loop. As a result, what will happen? High Ankush will be printed 5 times, but end will print only 1 time because he is not part of the loop. He will not repeat. Where is the proof? The proof is, look at this, I'm just running the program and then you will come to know what I mean to say. I save the program, okay? Uh, just a second. I saved it, and then if I just run the program, look at this, what is happening. There is a small error. I forgot to write here for I in range. There is the word called in that I forgot to write. That is why it gave an error. Now it will work. Okay, look at this. High Ankush, high Ankush, high Ankush, high Ankush, high Ankush. How many times? Once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times high and Ankush got printed. But end printed only once. Why? Because end was not part of the loop. So we understood one thing, something which is part of the loop will keep on repeating again and again, and something which is not part of the loop will not be repeated. And how to identify who is part of the loop, who is within the loop, okay? Then if they are supposed to be within the loop, the lines, if they are supposed to be within the loop, then they will be written slightly on the right side, shifted on the right side from the word for. It's the only way we can find out. Fine. In my next video, I will show you how basically a loop works and how to set a loop.